Hello and welcome to my intro to Jackie. So Jackie's Q is hack and slash. As you can see, there's a cone in front of me. She will swing her weapon twice, dealing damage both times. Any enemy hit will be bleeding, receiving a certain amount of damage over 5 seconds. Adrenaline Burst is her W, which she will gain increased movement speed for a short duration, as well as gaining extra damage and healing anytime she hits an enemy that is bleeding. Her E is a leap. You can see the radius there, which can leap over walls, and it deals a decent amount of damage, as well as slowing any enemy that is currently bleeding. Her ultimate, Chainsaw Murderer, she takes out a chainsaw, gaining attack speed, and anytime she attacks, she will bleed the target. When the effect ends, she does a big swing, you can see in that radius right there, dealing a very high amount of damage and going back to your regular weapon. For Dagger Jackie, she uses Cloak and Dagger, which will make her invisible and gaining increased movement speed, and anytime she hits an enemy, she will crit and end up behind the enemy. So, just to show off some of the abilities here, when I attack, the target will bleed. When she does this, she gains movement speed. And when you jump, you can leap over walls about that distance. When you pull out the ultimate here, the chainsaw, you gain increased attack speed and you bleed the target. Then you'll see that big sweep there, does some damage. You can press D to go invisible and end up behind somebody and critting them. Your passive is that whenever you slay somebody, you'll see here, you gain increased attack power. Now the amount of attack power is different depending on who you kill. So you can see here, slaying survivors or bears increase attack power by 40%, slaying any other wild animal increases their attack by 15%. This will scale differently depending on what level. So you can see with stuff like this, it would be less attack power than killing, say, a bear or a player. On Two-Handed Sword Jackie, you have this ability, which you will raise to defend. After a while, you protect yourself from all effects and attacks, and then you will dash forward, dealing some damage. You can see there, I was able to block the attack, and then you dash after, and I was not stunned, or I did not take any damage. On Hatchet Jackie, you have Berserk. When hitting an enemy with a normal attack, you gain 1 Berserk stack. The maximum of 5 stacks. Your attack power increases with each stack. When you activate the skill, you gain even more attack power, and activating Berserk also increases your attack power in proportion to how much HP you have lost. Typically, the way that you want to use this is that when you've taken a lot of damage in a fight, and you're continuously gaining stacks from attacking, you can see Berserk is going up. Eventually you want to use that later, and then you gain an increased amount of attack power based on your stacks. So the way that you are going to be using this in fight is that you're going to be holding it till later on, and then you use it to essentially turn the fight in your favor. If you're running Dual Blade Jackie, the one thing to note is that it builds out of both the Rusty Sword and the Kitchen Knife. I recommend starting Kitchen Knife simply because it starts with extra movement speed, and that might be nicer when you're looting early on. Twin Swords, and then you'll see your ability switches to the Dual Sword Rampage. With Dual Blade Jackie, your ability is Dual Sword Rampage. Charge in the targeted direction, dealing damage 6 times to all enemies in your path. If an enemy is hit by the attack, you can reactivate the skill 1 more time within 5 seconds. Basically just Jackie Goldberg. Alright, thanks for watching this intro to Jackie. I'm going to be covering a 3-zone build that I created for Jackie where you use dual blades, finish very quickly, and then you start playing aggressively. Please comment what character you'd like me to cover next, and please subscribe for more content.